Welcome back to this special edition of Dragon's Den. Sunchips sent out the call for the best Canadian green ideas. Hundreds applied. We narrowed it down to 3. First was Lee Meadows from Toronto with her clothes hangers made from recycled paper. Next, Peter Rosen from Victoria and his non-toxic material made from recycled drywall and vegetable oil. And finally, Andrea Gregg Alott from Maple Ridge, BC, and her all-natural compostable baby wipe kit. They've made their pitches. Now it's time for the Dragons to weigh in.
Lee, Peter, Andrea, we've heard your presentations. We are still undecided. The $100,000 is still yet to be awarded. To help us make a decision, we're going to start asking some questions.
You can't be just using recycled materials. There's got to be some sort of special sauce or a binder.
Yeah, there are binders, and depends on whether we're making a flexible product or a rigid product. There's a lot of variations within that. There are different binding technologies, and this is all within the patented area for the different products. So the door is not exactly the same as this flexible molding.
Can I ask you an environmental question?
Yeah.
So the harvesting and transportation of all the raw materials that you're using to get to your site, because it sounds like they're coming from a variety of different sources, is the carbon footprint of that less than the carbon footprint of the traditional manufacturing of the products that you're developing?
Yes and no. The cost of moving the raw materials, for instance, the oil or the fiber that's harvested from wherever it is, that is what it is. It may be less, it may be more. But where a lot of the environmental footprint is eliminated is we don't have to process all those ingredients to nearly the extent you do when you're producing plastics from petrochemicals. Petrochemicals, you got to drill the well, or in the case of the oil sands, you got to burn half the energy value of the stuff to get out of the ground. We let the sun do 90% of our processing for us. We squeeze it, take the oil out, do a few things to it, not many. So we're not moving it around as much either.
A good answer.
Peter, is it more or less flammable than normal plastic?
Oh, way less, because gypsum is self-extinguishing. Basically, what gypsum is, calcium sulfate, has built in 2 water molecules in every molecule of gypsum. This is just drywall.
So it's safer too?
Yeah, well, if you cook it and burn it, what happens is a lot of the weight here is actually water that's trapped inside the product.
Peter, you talk about green and the environment. Is there anything in any of your products that is not green?
No.
So when you use the word plastic?
Maybe plastic is the wrong word.
I think it is.
Plasticized gypsum is what it actually is,
Okay.
so that might be a better name.
All right, so there's nothing in here that isn't green that will affect the environment.
Right.
All right, I think we've heard enough from Peter. Thank you very much for your answers. I want to go over here to Lee and talk to you about the coat hangers.
Yeah.
I'll start with the questions. What other uses beside the consumer uses there? Where do you see the most market for this product?
Well, hangers are used everywhere. I mean, anywhere you look, there are hangers. And so we have a focus in year 1 that we're going to apply through the dry cleaning industry. We're going to offer advertising to major brands that wish to reach the target demographic that the dry cleaner offers to them. So that's one of the pieces. We actually have the advertising platform right here, so it's very unique, and the demographic is prime.
You're in the green business, right?
Yeah.
In the environmental business. Doesn't printing become a problem with that? If you're doing some advertising, you got it. What happens when you put printing on it?
Well, in terms of the
ink
that we use, so we use vegetable-based inks
Okay.
and biodegradable glues. So does that answer your question?
Yes, it
Lee,
does.
what about the cost of all this? What's the difference between a wire hanger and a paper hanger with print on it? If I'm a dry cleaner, cost is everything to me. How much more do I have to pay for your hanger?
The dry cleaner doesn't have to pay any more for the hanger. In fact, the dry cleaner gets the cost saving because they don't pay for the hanger.
Who pays?
The hanger is paid for in the dry cleaning model because that's not the only model that we have. But in the dry cleaning model, the hanger is paid for by the advertiser.
Right.
The dry cleaner is a distributor. They're not getting paid to be a distributor, but essentially they are because they're saving the money they would normally be paying on a hanger that they're importing from China.
Lee, you've got a couple of different hangers in your hands. How many products do you intend to have in this line of paper hangers?
Right now we have the standard shirt hanger,
Yeah.
which we started with. Dry cleaners are very, very specific about the design of a hanger. So we started with the shirt hanger, that being 50% of their dry cleaning market or business, if you like. Then we have a utility hanger, which is shorter, has little islets to accommodate camisoles, tops, that sort of thing. And then we have a kids one and a baby one. So essentially we can go anywhere that we need to.
If I want to hang up my pants?
We have a pant design too, so it's very similar. It's longer than this and it doesn't have the collar piece, but it has a push through.
Lee, very impressive.
Thank you.
We're going to move on now. Andrea, some questions for you, and I might lead the way here with your nursery-based baby wipes.
Thank you.
You mentioned that you were going to be saving a great deal of landfill space, but I thought a lot of these were flushed.
Baby
Whether they're
wipes?
supposed to be or not, the reality is, I know from reading I've done, that some of the sewage systems are having trouble with their pumps because of the grinding required of these baby wipes.
That's right. A lot of people are flushing baby wipes, and they're not meant to be flushed. Most baby wipes have plastics woven into them as well, and that's where ours do not. It's totally a plant-based material.
Andrea, I'm going to ask you one question with this is, can it be used for anything else other than just baby wipes?
Oh, definitely. We keep a pack of wipes ready to go in the car when we're out with the kids. We wipe our hands off with them before we eat if we're out somewhere and there's no access to water. I've used them to wash my face with if I'm in a hurry and don't have time to use my regular cleansing routine. Many, many other uses.
Andrea, what about the price differential between your wipes and the garden variety wipes I can pick up in every retailer?
At first appearance, it seems like our starter set, our pricing is higher, but in reality, when you wash and reuse them up to 3 times, the unsoiled wipes, you're actually getting about the same value
What's
as
the
the regular
difference
store
at the
brands.
retail shelf between yours and theirs?
You can get a box, a case of wipes for about $15, and our refill set that has 100 wipes in it, and if you're washing and reusing those, up to 300 uses, it's just maybe about $5 more.
How do you ship it? Do you ship it in an open what I'm looking at, is that the entire package?
This is our starter set, so it comes with the travel wipe case and the natural wipe tablets and the solution. And it comes in this bag, which is also made of recycled materials, and it's recyclable as well. And this is actually the store packaging as well.
The volume of your packaging, though, it seems to me that from an environmental perspective is significantly greater than the packaging that's associated with the wipes that you're trying to replace.
There's different comparisons that I make with our bottles that come in here. These are totally recyclable. The shipping volume might be a little bit more, but our ultimate plan is to have this widely available so people are buying it right off the store shelves. It's not the consumer that's going to be paying more in
Those
shipping.
glass bottles?
They're PET and they're totally recyclable.
Thank you very much for all your pitches. I want you to go back in the back room. We're going to have some time to discuss all this and see where we go. And then we'll go through it with each one of the dragons and see if we can pick a winner. Thank you.
Thanks.
Interesting.
Which one of them will walk away with the $100,000 Sun Chips Greenvention prize? Find out after the break.